G'day guys, Champ Chong here. It is officially, I think, the first day of Gamescom here in Germany. And if you guys do enjoy today's video, please smack the like button. And if you are wondering what is on today's video, well, we got a bunch of stuff, including Recore, Gears of War 4. But first off, we are going to kick things off with FIFA 17, as I did get an interview, so let's check that out. So I'm here with Nick Channon from EA Sports FIFA. Now, first off, I want to ask, how does the Frostbite engine improve FIFA?
Well, it's a huge change. It's something we've been working on for a couple of years. Bringing our game to one of the best engines in the industry is obviously exciting. We've been able to work much more closely with the Battlefield team, BioWare teams to learn about how they do things, and I think you look at the lighting, there's some new ideas in there about how we light our game and using that new tech. But obviously the biggest change is the journey, a brand new mode, story narrative, which we never had the tool set to do that without Frostbite, and something we're very excited about. So that's the biggest change we've seen.
Now you just mentioned the journey. How were you guys inspired to do this?
Like I said, it's something we wanted to do for a while. Players have asked us to bring more narrative elements to the game. It was something we couldn't do easily with our old engine, and obviously moving to Frostbite's allowed us to do it. In terms of the story itself, we wanted to sort of looked at lots of different options of, how did we want to go, and you look at kind of, modern sort of players these days. There's quite a lot of younger players who come straight into big teams, and
Rashford.
Yeah, exactly. We wanted to. That was kind of the angle we wanted to go. Rashford's a great example. We've actually worked with him a little bit around the Authentica story. We've been working on this for 2 years, so that story's been in place, before he burst onto the scene.
Just a coincidence?
It is a complete coincidence, but it's great. So that was kind of what we wanted. We wanted to have you feeling like you're a star, but the ups and the downs of trying to make it on a big team in the Premier League, and really trying to reflect that.
As for the journey, how long will it actually be? Like one season and it's a story done, and then you kind of continue your career, or would it be continued over 2 seasons, 3 seasons? How long is the actual story, the narrative?
We're not going into the details of how long and anything right now. We want people to enjoy it, and we want people to discover what it's all about. So you have to kind of wait and see, but it's pretty compelling and cool what happens.
Now, moving away from the journey and to some Ultimate Team questions. Now, something I've always wanted, and it seems like it hasn't made it in, and since draft only just came in last year, what's the chance of like a friendly FUT draft where you can actually like create a squad while your friend creates one, and you can battle each other online with those squads? Because sometimes it's like one of my friends doesn't have the best team, but I've got a really good Ultimate Team, and it's
So I think it's a great idea, and obviously we're listening to what all our players are saying, and we'll try and look at that as influences for features for any given year. But this year in particular with Ultimate Team, we got huge changes. It's probably some of the biggest changes we've ever made, with brand new squad building challenges, which allows you to use the content within your club. It's the first time we've created a mode where there's no Twitch element to it, and then obviously the FUT Champions mode, where competitive gaming, you get to compete on a daily basis. You can try and qualify for the weekend any day of the week, and then obviously there's monthly leaderboards as well.
Finally, into some gameplay stuff. Have you guys fixed through balls this year? Come on.
Well, I think it's something that we look at every year. Depending on certain people will find certain things. In terms of through balls, it's something we're always trying to balance. We've actually got a more powerful through ball this year, giving you some more variety. But as we develop the game, we're making sure that there aren't any specific. We're trying to make sure there's not any specific exploits like that.
And just a quick one here at the end. Corners, they've completely changed. I've found when I was playing, it's a little hard to defend. Like, will there be rebalancing and things like that potentially if you listen to the community here and there?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to balance the game, and obviously as we come towards the end, as the game starts to come out, making sure that there's a good balance to it. We've reworked all of our set pieces, corners being a big one, a lot more control now. But yeah, we're making sure that we keep the game as balanced as possible.
Awesome. Thank you.
no problem.
So I just saw Recore, this game behind me right here, behind closed doors. Didn't get to get any gameplay or anything like that, but got to talk to the developers and everything after seeing some gameplay, and it looks like an awesome game. It's one of those games that truly reminds me of my childhood, playing those old school Japanese style games where you got combos, you've got to go into a dungeon and actually beat bosses and all that stuff, mid-level, high-level bosses. It's a really, really awesome way to play a game, and it's open world too. And on top of that, I did get a little bit of a scoop because I asked a question, and the question was, is there any sort of fast travel in the game? And yes, it is confirmed that there is fast travel in this game because it is an open world, you're in a different planet and all that stuff, so you need to be able to get places quicker sometimes, and there is that form of fast travel. Now if you take a look behind me actually here, you've got a companion here. These are companions, they're kind of robots, and basically you get like, there's 3 that we saw. There was a gorilla, which was just announced I think, and then on top of that there's a dog-like companion and also a spider-like companion. The cool thing is we saw some customization with them. For example, the gorilla would have like these arms, but you could actually upgrade them to hammer fist type arms, and you do that and different levels of progression come along with that. So the higher level you are, the more things you unlock and things like that, which is really cool of doing it. So there is also, I think in the end, I think he said around 8 different companions you can switch between, and you always have 2 by your side, so they are essentially sidekicks. So yeah, that is Recore. I can't wait to play this game. Let me know if you have any more questions regarding this in the comments down below, but now let's go to Gears of War 4 because I got an interview yesterday. So I'm here with Adam from the Coalition, the guys behind Gears. Now the question I have is, now that it's also on PC at the same time as Xbox, how will that be working? Because I was talking to Major Nelson, he said you guys might not be doing, you most likely won't, where there won't be any servers or something specifically where you could maybe have PC versus Xbox at the same time, because that would be pretty cool, but from my understanding right now that's not a thing.
Yeah, so currently what we're doing for crossplay is, PC and Xbox can actually play together, but it's only going to be in cooperative modes. So things like campaign co-op or playing Horde together, or playing even co-op versus bots. But we're actually not doing the main versus stuff on crossplay. The biggest reason why is there could be some advantages that players on PC could actually have. Mouse and keyboard being a very obvious thing. There's some people that are mouse and keyboard masters out there compared to pad players on a Xbox One console. And then on top of that, just even with PC, because we're not limiting frame rate caps and so forth, they could actually play it beyond 60 frames per second.
So you could go on 144 Hz.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, and they could go to, you know, that could potentially add a little bit more performance benefit for them in regards to how well they play and how well they see things coming in. So we wanted to make sure it was an even playing ground for all players. So for versus, there won't be any crossplay, but for all the other co-op stuff, there will.
What about in the future, like down the line, let's say 6 months, a year from now, like maybe some sort of server that could hold that?
Correct. Yeah. And
would you guys support something like that?
It might be something that we might look into if the community chimes in and they ask for it, or you know, we figure out other ways of being able to potentially support it as well. It might be something that we actually end up bringing on and, you know, bringing up for fans. So we'll see. We'll never know.
What can we expect from the co-op mode? Because I don't know much about it.
Yeah, so campaign co-op, players will be able to, there will always be kind of like the first player, the host, you could say, that will end up bringing another person into the game. That player will always play as JD Phoenix. Okay. And then the second player that's coming in for co-op actually gets the option of playing Kate or Dell. And what's actually really cool about the campaign stuff is that if you play Kate or Dell, you actually have different interactions depending on some of the things you may pick up. So if you find a dog tag and you're picking up as Kate, you might get a completely different sequence than something like Dell.
Can anyone jump in at any time? Like if I'm 4 hours in just playing by myself and suddenly I want to switch and co-op and continue that part of the story, can my friend like John come in and play at any moment?
Yep, most definitely. They can jump in. It's just jump in, jump out co-op. So it's really nice that you can just like sit there and open up, you know, your Xbox menu and invite your friend in and go like, sweet, jump in. I've been playing for 2 hours. Sorry you missed all this stuff, but they can most definitely get in whenever they want.
Awesome. Well, thank you for this interview.
Yeah.
And I look forward to Gears 4. It's pretty much just around the corner now.
Yeah, just around the corner. It's coming out October 11th on Windows 10 and on Xbox One. And then anyone who gets the Ultimate Edition, they actually get early access. And it starts on October 7th, so you can start a few days earlier and start playing immediately before everyone else.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that Gears of War 4 interview. I'm a huge Gears fan, always have been, so that was really cool to get. But now we move on to this game right here, Scalebound, as you can see behind me. Now it's just like Recall, where I was behind closed doors, still in the devs, and they actually showed us the game, and it was really cool to get that experience because I've been talking about this game for a while. Since the start of the year, I was like, this game could be the next open world game that's just breaking their boundaries. It's kind of blending the future of technology with kind of dragons and things like that, which is just really cool. Now speaking of the dragons, in the game you can actually morph your dragon and evolve it in a way. I don't know really the way to explain it, but it's really cool, and you use a gem system, which is the currency in the game, and you use that to evolve yourself and, or I guess, upgrade your features and all that stuff, and the dragon. And you really need to focus on what kind of dragon you want, because there are different types of ways of playing this game, especially if you're more of a defensive player. You want to go for more of a defensive type of dragon and all that stuff. So it's a really cool game. I can't wait to see this game come out finally. It's been like in development for ages, and I've always been excited from the very get-go because it is blending the future tech and all that stuff. Hell, the character has headphones on him, look at that. And yeah, and then you've got dragons. So Scalebound looks just really cool. And there we have it. We are now actually out of the convention center, not at Gamescom, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Check this out. Check that out. That is like the main thing. It's called the Dom. It's a huge cathedral here in Cologne, Germany, but I'm losing my voice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please smack the like button if you did, and I will see you tomorrow with another Gamescom video. Bye bye, guys.